everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Lorien. I'm a mum of 6 children. I have an 11, 8, 5, 3, 1, nearly 2 and 8-week-old. And I'm going to be just giving you like a bit of a baby update and a bit of like a life update on what's going on with everything at the moment, because there's a lot going on at the moment with us. So I just fed him. He's laying there. He's happy. Doesn't happen very often. So yeah, our little boy is 8 weeks old, probably 9 weeks when you're watching this, but he has just turned 8 weeks as I'm filming. And it's all getting a bit easier. I would say like in the last week, everything's getting a little bit easier, which is a relief because I have found it quite difficult with like, it's very demanding. I'm breastfeeding, very demanding as well. And he's quite high maintenance, like he likes a nice cuddle, but he is getting a bit better. Last night we started the first night of settling a routine for him, and it worked really well. I think normally I put a bit of pressure on myself thinking I need to try and get a routine for the baby and get them to sleep. This time I've thought like just relax, it'll be obvious when it's going to happen. So he feeds very often in the day, which is just starting to like slow down to like maybe every couple of hours, because obviously when they're newborn they don't stop. And then at night I was feeding him and he was sleeping on me until we went up to bed, like between 9:30 and 11, dependent on the night. We've said like that was happening for the past couple of weeks. It's maybe about 6 weeks. And we've said like, let's settle a routine. So he has a little routine now, which went perfectly last night. And he has his bath. We get him changed. We put him in his new swaddle bag, which is this. Put him in this little swaddle bag. He's got a medium, which I think is the biggest they do, but he's a big boy. And then Curtis gives him a bottle. So he is a breastfed baby. He normally has me all night, but this sort of like gives me a break, fills him up more. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I feel guilty saying it gives me a break, but there's nothing wrong with that. I think as mums we feel like so much pressure to like just breastfeed and exclusively breastfeed and don't give them a bottle. And I didn't give my 4th child a bottle, and she breastfed for 18 months and wouldn't go near a bottle. Like you literally could not make her take a bottle, and it was hard. At 18 months she just stopped. And then my next daughter, when she was born, we literally started from the day she was born with bottles and breastfed, and it worked really well. It eases the pressure, it makes life a bit easier. At 4 months she just stopped breastfeeding, her own choice. So we are nearly 2 months in. And yeah, so last night Hero had his bath, I got him dressed, and then Curtis put him in his swaddle and sat down with him, gave him his bottle, made sure like he was still downstairs, but we made sure like lights are off. The youngest 3 children, yep, are in bed. Not the youngest 3 before Hero. And then the eldest 2, they play a board game or something nice and quietly. If it's weekend, they'll have a go on their Switch, but if it's a week, they're not allowed to. And it worked really well. He slept from about 7 to maybe 10:30. And then I took him up, fed him, and he probably woke up twice more. But he used to be like waking up every hour in the night. Also, like that was probably about the first 6 weeks of his life. I struggled. It peaked between like week 3 and 4. I really struggled. And he fed like every hour or more than every hour. And he sometimes would just not settle. So I'd just come downstairs with him. But I do think like if you're in the phase where your baby is just not sleeping at night, admit defeat, but don't feel defeated. Like bring them downstairs, make yourself a nice drink, sit down, put something on TV for yourself, and just know that like they are going to sleep soon. And I think I used to do that, and it just eased the pressure. And he slept better downstairs, so I'd come downstairs and he would sleep, and I would just sit down, have a drink, and watch something on TV. And it just made everything so much easier to not be upstairs thinking, please go to sleep, please go to sleep, please go to sleep. You may as well just take the pressure off yourself. They are so young, they don't know. You're not messing up any routine or anything, so they have no idea. And then yeah, 8 weeks, the routine began. And it went really well, but we'll see how it goes tonight. But recently he has been so much better at night. As I said, like he's waking up probably 3-4 times, which probably sounds like a lot if you don't have a child, but it's amazing because it used to be probably about 12 times. This morning was about 4 o'clock. He wasn't going back to sleep. He was awake, but he wasn't going back to sleep. And I felt fine. So I just came downstairs with him, put him in his bouncer, did the dishwasher, got the kids breakfast and things ready for the day. and he fell asleep in his bouncer for an hour, which was very handy. Even like laying down now, normally he would not do that, but I think it just slowly starts to happen, doesn't it? So I think I'm going to do a separate video on like newborn essentials and things, because I know a lot about essential things when you have a child now. I think I could be very helpful. So I'm going to do a video. But I didn't want to do one before I had the baby, because people asked me before if I could do like an essentials, because I thought I want to know this time what I really think is essential, because every other time before I think I've bought like things that aren't essential. This time I've been very, very minimal and realised that minimal is all you need. We've barely spent any money like on anything to do with having a baby, even clothes and things I used to go overboard. If we do go out anywhere, I bring a hot flask, some formula here on Tender Meal organic, bottles. And I don't always use it. Sometimes I do just breastfeed him while we're out. But if you're in a situation where your baby's stressed, hungry, it's not a situation where you can comfortably sit down, you want to look after the other children, someone's there to help you give a bottle, it eases the pressure. So I do recommend doing a bit of combi feeding. It doesn't have to be strict to a plan, it can just be flexible with however you like it. As I said, this is a bit of a life update. So we are hopefully moving house. We sold, and we have found a house we'd like to buy. We're in the process of purchasing. We have just got our forms from our buyer, no, our seller. The house we're buying, we've just got the contracts, which we've just asking a few questions over, and then we'll sign that and hopefully move soon. I'm hoping June, maybe by July, but it shouldn't be too much after that. And yeah, we're looking forward to that. I did speak about that a little bit on my Q&A video, because somebody asked about our bedroom space. So we are still moving into a 3-bed, but it has potential for extension, and it's just a bigger 3-bed. We have so many lovely plans for it, and we're very, very excited. My dad is also moving down, so my dad has always lived near us, probably about 20 minutes away, a bit less maybe. And then he moved away to Oxford, which is about 3.5 hours from us, because he just wanted a change. And it was so upsetting, because my dad is like so helpful. He does everything for me. He will do anything for me. He helps us out so much, and the children absolutely adore him. He still, since he moved, maybe about 3 years ago now. Yeah, I reckon it was. I don't actually know. He still has come down once a week to come and see us. I know Curtis said like that's never going to happen forever, he's not going to be able to do it, but he has done it. Sees my sister in the morning, sees me in the afternoon, picks up the boys from school, takes them to McDonald's, takes them to the shop for sweets and a drink, and then he goes to see my brother, and then he goes home. He's super dad. Yeah, he's moving back to where he previously was, not the same house, but literally like down the road. And he'll just be around, so it's going to be so nice, because like often the kids have like assemblies and things, and they ask for him to come, but he can't go because it's just not convenient to drive. I mean, like 3.5 hours, that's like a 7-hour drive altogether, so it's just never been convenient. He would always do it, but I would never ask, because I wouldn't want to put that pressure on him or to put him out like that. So that would just be amazing to have him there. Cosmo got into the secondary school he wanted, which is incredible. He'll start in September, and it's still near our new house. It's probably like 10-15 minutes away from here, and still the same distance to his school, so we can take him to school, we can pick him up, or he can get the bus if he prefers. But yeah, that's just perfect. That has all worked out really well as well. We were saying sort of like end of last year, after we went to America, that we would quite like to like go out there for 6 months, see what life's like there. But I think at the moment, like, we've definitely put all of that on hold, because having a baby, moving house, it just all was too much. And Curtis was still thinking about doing it at the beginning of this year, and I said like, I just think we need to accept the fact that that all goes on pause for having a baby, moving house. Like, I think we need to do all of that, make sure life's a little bit easier before we think about doing something like that. At the moment, I'm not sure it's something we are thinking about. I am definitely quite happy as I am. I like where I live. I think Curtis' job's going really well, so he is a self-employed joiner, and that's just going really well for him. And I think if you just move, you sort of like lose what you've got, and I don't want to lose what we've got, because I think we have got it quite good. We are not rich, but we are like doing quite well, and I think that's a really nice place to be. We're just at a really nice place where we have nice things, we can afford things. We've been really, really broke before and really, really struggled, and I think like if we move, we're gonna have to start up again. We have so many children as well that it's going to be even harder to start that up again. Yeah, I just think life's very comfortable and nice, and I don't want to ruin that. So Curtis is definitely more for it than me. Like, my main pull for it would be that my mum's there, but then if I go, I'm losing my dad. So I think for me, it's probably something, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I don't think I could leave my dad. I just don't think I can do that. I do love our country. I love everything about it, really, and I think it's nice and easy, and I know it, and yeah, I really like it. Okay, Lilac really wanted to come in. The others are downstairs watching a film. It is half term. So on my Q&A, I did also answer, like, I'm worried I'm going to be repetitive. I did also answer, like, on more children and things like that. And I did say, like, I don't think it's something that we would plan. So it'd only be if it was unplanned. Kurt's going to get a vasectomy. But that is not even booked yet. So until then, I think I would say I would love more children, but I'm not sure that we are sort of in a place for that right now. Like, I don't know. I would always welcome it, but things are not difficult but full on, and it would be nice for life to get easier. So we're going to Cornwall on Saturday, which is super exciting. We're going to go on holiday. No. We go with my dad every year. It probably started in maybe 2021. Yeah, I reckon this is our 4th year going. And we just have such a nice time. Like, I love being with my dad. My brother comes with us too. My eldest brother, I get on really well with him. A lot of you will probably know, like, he comes around a lot. He gets on with Curtis, and we just all have a really nice time. She's got her baby there. Right, Lilac's baby? Good gal. Yeah, we have an amazing time, and I'm so excited. I hope the weather's nice. We're staying at a different place this time. Like, we have our separate lodges, which are like near each other, and we just have like such an amazing time. We all get on so well. We go out a lot in the day and do, like, plan something to do, and then in the evening we get food together and we sit down until it's bedtime, and then we just, yeah, we'll chat and talk, and I love it. I'm so excited. My dad's really excited, which is nice because my dad doesn't really like going out and doing things. Like, when he's on holiday with us, he loves it. But, like, if someone was, like, going somewhere and said, oh, do you want to come, Dad? He would probably rather just stay at home. Like, my dad really likes being in his own space. But the children absolutely adore him, and he adores them. And we just have an amazing time, and I'm so excited. We don't have any more holidays planned. Obviously, we went to America last year, which my mum and stepdad paid for, which was amazingly kind of them. And we're just so grateful for that, because the children got an opportunity that I think lots of people don't. And we did a road trip to California, and it's just given us all some incredible memories, and we would absolutely love to go back and do it again, and even pay for it ourselves. But it's just not the sort of thing we can do right now. But we really do plan to go back and do it again. What are you doing? But we have no other holidays planned. We did go to France last year for my 30th, so this year it is Curtis's 30th in July. It's Lilac's birthday on the 9th of July. It's Curtis's on the 12th. And then that's the family birthday over. I do like the way we get halfway through the year and it's all done, because it's like a big relief and weight off my mind. So I feel like it's Father's Day soon, and then I've got some family birthdays, and then it's Lilac's, then it's Curtis's, and I think I need to plan something for his 30th, and he said don't, but I will. And I just think I've got a lot on my plate, a lot to juggle, and I do think that people wonder how I manage it all, but I don't think I would manage it all without Curtis. I do have to just say, like, you all know how amazing Curtis is. He does everything for me. Like, obviously I've said he's self-employed, so he's around a bit more, but he will make sure he's around a bit more. Like, it's not just a case of being around, he makes sure he's around. He will book jobs around me and the children. So, like, he'll start after school runs, he'll finish before school runs. He works so hard. He's an amazing joiner. Yeah, so it's not even that he's around, he makes himself around. And I just couldn't be more grateful and thankful for everything he does for me, because he just takes the load off. Like, if he can do dinner, if he can do the dishwasher, if he can change a nappy or bath a child or get someone to bed, he'll do it before I can even do it. But I do also think I should say that I've had people before say, how is he like that? Like they don't get much help themselves with their husband or boyfriend or partner. And what is wrong with you, Grumpy? You want to cuddle? Ah, you love baby boy, don't you? And do you know what? He wasn't always like that. And it's just sort of like when someone said that, I thought actually he wasn't. I think partly like when we had children, we were so young and we really struggled. Like we argued a lot at the start. He wasn't who he is now, not that I was who I am now. And we found it really difficult. I would say it wasn't until like, that brings me on to something else. Until like maybe our 4th child, quite a few years on in our relationship, that he just sort of grew up. And I don't mean to say that he wasn't grown up or like disrespect him, but he grew up. He just is so helpful. We have an amazing relationship. I think like getting your children to bed on time and things like that really helps with things like that, because you need like time together to be able to sit down and chat and things, which we've lost at the moment, but we're slowly getting it back, aren't we, bubbies? Handsome. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, so Lilac just having a little moment there because I said don't grab the baby. Makes me think that people always say, how are your children so well behaved, they're so good. They're not. They have moments as much as anybody else's children. Actually at the moment I feel like they're quite, I don't want to say naughty, but they're quite like they're pushing boundaries, and at the moment I'm been struggling with it quite a bit, where you even, I think it's like a certain children, like it's like rubbed off from older children to younger ones, so younger ones are getting away with more because the older ones are doing it. And it's just sort of got to the point now where I've realised that, sorry I'm just getting the baby dress, they're pushing me about a bit, like Roo. He doesn't always listen, so sometimes I'll say, oh Roo, could you take this toy upstairs? And he'll say no. Looks me straight in the eye, no. And I struggle with that because none of the other children were like that. Oh, look what you're doing. Yeah. So I found it really difficult and I thought like I don't know how to cope with it, and I think I'm really soft, really soft. I like my children to be happy, and I feel like if I'm telling them off, taking things away from them, telling them they can't do something because of their behaviour, then they're going to be sad. So I used to let a lot slide until recently I've realised like maybe I'm being pushed around a lot. Like I do get told no. I'll say don't do that, I look around, they're still doing it, and I leave it because I've told them 5 times, so what's the point telling them 6? I am this week at a point where no is gonna mean no. And I've said to Curtis, like, he's been working out the past 2 weeks, so he's not really like dealt with it like I have. And I've said to him, like, when we go on holiday even, like, no is gonna mean no, because it doesn't mean no at the moment. No means be cautious but carry on doing it. We really do need to be strict now because we are so soft, and as lovely as that is, it just leads to total disrespect, and I find that like I'm saying things and I'm just getting like totally disrespected over it. And I think I respect them and I care for their needs and I do everything for them so they could give me a little bit of respect back. I do find punishment difficult because I don't like punishing them, and I don't like thinking that they should behave a certain way. But I've been way too lax that it just needs to like, I think that's sort of everything, isn't it? We spoke about you and your sleeping, and I think that's the main subject of a baby. There's not much else I can say about him. He's a nice big chunky boy. He was £9.2 when he was born, and at 6 weeks he was £12.8. The health visitor said too, his head control is incredible. Doesn't really need to be held, but I do, like I am holding it at the back at the moment. He has some nice big fat cheeks, don't you? He's just amazing, perfect, and yeah, if you have any questions, please do leave them, and what I'll do is I'll do a video every month, like a bit of a life update, and if you do have any questions, I will answer those next. He's so smiley too, aren't you, darling? But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed having our little update in life. And I hope you have an amazing rest of the week, and hopefully I will see you on my next video.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today.